part 15.
See its structural progress on X, right, in real time. No, I mean, like, I don't know, we could just flounder and fail here. To be fair, it's like not, success is not guaranteed, but um, since we want to try to make, something like 100 million. Yeah, we want 100 gigawatts of power and 100 the chips that could take 100 gigawatts, right? So call it, by 2030. So then, it will take as many chips as our suppliers will give us. I've actually said this to TSMC and Samsung and Micron. It's like, please build your more fabs faster, and we will guarantee to buy the output of those fabs. So that they're already like moving as fast as they can. Like it's not like, to be clear, it's not like us. It's not like either. It's not like it's us plus them.
There's an argument that the people doing AI want a very large number of chips as quickly as possible, and then many of the input suppliers, the fabs, but also the turbine manufacturers, are not ramping up production very quickly.
No.
And the explanation you hear is that they're dispositionally conservative. They're Taiwanese or German, as the story may be, and they just don't believe this AI. Like, is that really the explanation, or is there something else?
Well, I mean, it's reasonable to, like, if somebody's been in, say, the computer memory business for 30 or 40 years,
and they've seen cycles.
They've seen like boom and bust like 10 times.
Yeah.
So like that's a lot of layers of scar tissue. So it's like during the boom times, it looks like everything's gonna be great forever, and then the crash happens, and then they're desperately trying to avoid bankruptcy. And then there's another boom and another crash.
Are there other ideas you think others should go pursue that you're not, for whatever reasons, right now?
I mean, there are a few companies that are pursuing like new ways of doing chips.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just not scaling fast.
I mean within AI. I mean just generally.
I'd say like people should do the thing that where they find that they're highly motivated to do that thing, as opposed to some idea that I suggest. They should do the thing that they find personally interesting and motivating to do. But going back to the limiting factor, use that phrase about 100 times. The current limiting factor that I see in the time frame, in the sort of 29, 20, like in the 3 to 4 year time frame, it's chips. In the 1 year time frame, it's energy, power production, electricity. Like it's not clear to me that there's enough usable electricity to turn on all the AI chips that are being made. Towards the end of this year, I think we're going to have real trouble turning on. Like the chip output will exceed the ability to turn chips on.
What's your plan to deal with that world?
Well, we're trying to accelerate electricity production. I guess that's maybe one of the reasons that XAI will be maybe the leader, hopefully the leader, is that we'll be able to turn on more chips than other people can turn on faster, because we're good at hardware, and generally the innovations from the corporations that call themselves labs, the ideas tend to flow. Like it's rare to see that there's like more than about a 6-month difference between the ideas travel back and forth with the people. So I think you sort of hit the hardware wall, and then whichever company can scale hardware the fastest will be the leader. So I think XAI will be able to scale hardware the fastest, and therefore most likely will be the leader.
You joked, or were self-conscious about using the limiting factor phrase again, but I actually think there's something deep here, and if you look at a lot of things we've touched on, over the course of it, maybe kind of a good note to end on. Like, if you think of a senescent, low agency company, it would have some bottleneck and not really be doing anything about it. Mark Andreessen had the line of most people are willing to endure any amount of chronic pain to avoid acute pain. And it feels like a lot of the cases we're talking about are just leaning into the acute pain, whatever it is. It's like, okay, we gotta figure out how to, work with steel, or we gotta figure out how to run the chips in space, or like we'll take some near-term acute pain to actually solve the bottleneck. And so that's kind of a unifying theme.
I have a high pain threshold. That's helpful.
Solve the bottlenecks.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, one thing I can say is like, I think the future is going to be very interesting. And as I said, Davos, I've only been to, I was literally at Davos, I think it was on the ground for like 3 hours or something. It's better to err on the side of optimism and be wrong than err on the side of pessimism and be right, for quality of life. So, your happiness will be, you'll be happier if you err on the side of optimism rather than erring on the side of pessimism. And so I recommend erring on the side of optimism.
That's that.
Cool. Elon, thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. All right.
Oh, great stamina.
Yeah.
Hopefully this encounters the pain and the pain tolerance. Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed that episode. If you did, the most helpful thing you can do is just share it with other people who you think might enjoy it. It's also helpful if you leave a rating or a comment on whatever platform you're listening on. If you're interested in sponsoring the podcast, you can reach out at dwarkesh.com/advertise. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.